Lucy here from Hunting for George. Today I am in Red Hill and I'm about to take you through the Über Shed 2. This is a project that has been designed by Jost Architects, and let's just say it completely changes what you think a shed should be. It's kind of hard to put into words, so I think I better just show you. Come with me. So this was actually an alteration and addition to an existing shed. So you can see here that there's two different heights. So the existing shed that used to be here was a lot lower. It needed to be a lot higher. Why? Well, the owner had something very important he wanted to house and it wouldn't fit inside his existing shed. So he built a brand new one. Come and see why. Epic Airstream bus. There are apparently only 2 of these in Australia. Do you want to check it out? Yeah, let's go. So this is next level awesome in here. I've never been inside an Airstream bus before. First thing I thought, is really big, really good size, and they've kept a lot of the original features and upholstery. This is incredible, this amazing upholstered couch, which is actually also doubles as a sofa bed, so that pulls out completely. That has a matching like 360 chair around here. You can completely swivel around, sit here, chat to your captain / driver. I mean, I love it. You can have your cup of tea. It's just the most incredible combination of colors, you know, those amazing sort of mustards and muted sage and beige and creams. This is like an amazing like fabric curtained blind, which is phenomenal. We've got our living area, but this is our kitchen station, which is actually a really good size. So you've got your sink here, you've got oven and a cooktop, plus you've got a fridge in here and freezers and pantry, and it keeps on going. Sleeping quarters. This is a good double-sized bed, plus you've got this really good-sized vanity and robes, so there's plenty of storage. And then check out this bathroom. Oh my God. Again, with the original features. I mean, would you look at these original taps? These are just absolutely priceless. I 100% love the fact that they haven't gutted this and like tried to modernize it. They've really stayed true and kept all of the beautiful original features, which I think is very special. Although apparently there used to be a shag pile carpet rug on the floor, so they did update that. But that is pretty damn special. The owner, he loves his toys. He races cars, he loves his bikes, but he loves steel, he loves machines. He's a blokey bloke, it's safe to say. But this is still actually a shed, you know, it's not just for collectibles. So I think this is really impressive. So that is actually a really neat way to store all of the, you know, ugly shed stuff, which would usually be on display. So they've just actually built in this storage. So, and they've panelled it with just ply and painted it black. So a really clever way to hide away all of the practical ugly stuff. Got a couple of toys, a couple of bikes. Welcome to the Über Shed 2. It's safe to say that the owner is a collector, all right? As soon as I walked into this space and I looked at everything in front of me, my mouth just dropped. And I could not stop smiling. Like, there is so much in here to take in. It really is something else. I'm gonna walk you around and do my best to kind of show you a few pieces. This is just phenomenal. We've got exercise equipment over here, both modern and old. Look at these old tennis rackets. Amazing equipment, a lot of machinery. There's definitely a lot of machinery in here. And even you'll notice just everything that has been stored on, whether it's the shelving or it's the bases, everything has actually been really considered and thought out. Check it. This is pretty impressive, guys. I'm getting it. You can have a lot of fun in this space. So I love this. We're now in like the army area, so we're a little World War II vibes. The most amazing combination of pieces. We've got war memorabilia mixed with like cute saddle club things over here. I want to take you outside so you can get an idea for the structure of this building. So I love all of this beautiful timber cladding. It gives you an idea of height and scale. And I thought this was really beautiful. So this piece, this is actually a steel press. So this used to make steel brackets. And this belonged to the owner. This was in his steel business and they were using it not only 15 years ago, but he's brought it in and he's treated it like a piece of artwork. He's treated it like a sculpture. He's created that sleeper base and then surrounded it with this cactus garden. So give this 10, 15 years, it's going to grow up and be something completely different and special. And I love the fact that he's you know, it's just a machinery object which he's treated like artwork. This is pretty amazing. Original King's Cross train station bench. I mean, that is very cool. There's also Flemington over that side as well. This is what I actually love about this space, is that pieces like that with so much history and so much story are outside and they're there to be used. Like that will weather, it's going to deteriorate, but I love the fact that the owner loves them so much that he just wants them to be used and to be functional. And I think that is testament to why there is just so much kind of energy in this space, you know? I love this as well. This is an amazing piece from the 1920s. This was from Darling Harbour. So this was actually like employees coming in. They would clock in, clock off, basically. They'd find their employee number, they'd punch it in, and then, you know, they'd say when they were coming and going. So that was basically how they managed their pay slips. It blows my mind just the amount of historical references there are in this shed. It's not just older things, we've got a little bit of mod pop culture as well. A bit of Terminator 2 pinball action. Again, there is so much to show you, but this is very special. So this is actually Melbourne tram tickets, like the originals. And there is so much lettering and beautiful graphics in here. It's blowing my mind. In fact, that is something, as a graphic designer, the amount of lettering in this space is like freaking me out. Like from these train station, railway crossing signage to the petrol station signage and the pumps. You can just see how much love there is for different pieces of machinery, especially bikes. But I want to give you a sense of this building now, because here you can really understand the structure that's been created. So it's very industrial. We've got a lot of height, we've got a lot of exposed steel, and even everything like the fixtures and fittings, so the industrial pendants, really creates this very industrial vibe. But on the flip side to that, it's also very cozy, which is not what you expect from a shed. Come around here. So they've created a bar, again, out of reclaimed timber, because everything's reclaimed in this building. I love it. This is fantastic. You've got a bar fridge down here. You've got all your equipment so you can mix up a drink for your mates. And then around here, we've got the dining area. Beautiful use of reclaimed timber. They've made a beautiful dining table, really good size square zone for the dining space. But the flooring, what they've done is created these featured timber. They've treated it essentially like a rug, like you would put a rug in your living room or dining room to create a zone. They've done that by bringing in this kind of raised timber paneling. There's a lot of lovely heat coming from this fireplace. I love the fact that this really kind of connects the zone between the dining and the living area. It really is something special. Again, on these amazing, a bed of sleepers. But this, I mean, would you look at this living space? Completely magnificent. The amount of beautiful furniture pieces. I'm going to open these up though. I feel like there's a nice bit of sun coming in. That's a really lovely feature, the fact that you can open up this corner completely to the outside. In fact, you know, I'm going to sit on this, which is, probably the world's comfiest chair. So, we've already seen a lot. I feel like I haven't even touched on half of the things in here, but there's still more to show you, so I've got to keep going. Oh my God. Oh, cheeky Bruce Springsteen signed guitar. Don't mind if I do. You know I love an outdoor bath. This one is next level. A phenomenal copper bath, plus reclaimed sleeper. Again, they've been very smart with their engineering. They've got the steel brackets here to create an outdoor shower as well. I'm getting in, guys. You know I will. Oh my gosh, this is like the deepest bath of all time. Oh my lordy lordy. This is us. We're looking onto the existing shed that doesn't look anything like an existing shed anymore, obviously because they have done a beautiful job with the repurposing and the recladding of the timber. But if we open these up, those amazing timber doors reveal something very special on the inside. So we are now in the sleeping quarters, and I just must admit, this is just the ultimate reflection of the owners. I mean, we obviously got a sense for how much passion and enthusiasm they have for collectibles. Well, it completely translates in here as well. The collectibles continue, but not only that, there are modern pieces as well. It's very dark, it's very moody, it's very ambient, it's very gothic, but it's also at the same time incredibly cozy. Amazing Danish furniture pieces have been mixed with old antiques as well. Again, with the hats, oh my God, I love it. This is very special. Gives you an indication of what to come, that amazing antler pendant. This wallpaper, you know what? Wallpaper, it was almost a necessity for wallpaper to come in here. I love the pattern in this. It's very rich and the colors and tones work incredibly well, especially with the dark timber. So if I open up this timber barn door, it reveals probably the most modern area in this space. We've got the bathroom. Do you know what? This is, like I said, probably the most modern area of the home, but even in here, it still has story and it still feels like it's been here forever, you know, and it comes down to the material selection. And you know, something as simple as a shelf, it's been thought about. It's a beautiful piece of timber, you know, nothing has kind of been put in and not considered. So I love that about this home. If you haven't already picked up on the taxidermy, yeah, there's lots of it, but wait, there's more. Welcome to my den. Okay, so this is my seriously gothic games room. How cool is it? I've got a kitchenette in here and epic bar, but I'm gonna make myself a cup of tea. I love the moodiness in here. I love, love, love how dark it is, and the decor is just next level. Very Game of Thrones. It's a games room that's Game of Thrones. I feel like I could be Cersei Lannister in this place if I wanted to. I do love it. I absolutely love it. It's very playful, and look, taxidermy, it's not for everyone, but I've got to admit it kind of adds to the personality of this home, and everything has a story, and it's not just your typical either. I mean, look at this incredible peacock, an amazing snake. To be honest, this room might actually be kind of scary at night, or it could be kind of cool, whichever way you look at it. All right, I'm gonna grab that tea. go back in and sit by that fire. So this entire project came about because the owner has a lot of stuff. And yeah, as we can see, he has a lot of stuff. So there used to actually be an existing blue shed that was part of this property, and it wasn't actually that old. It was only about 4 years old. And the architects, who were Jost Architects, they actually convinced the owner to keep that structure. So instead, they actually just recladded that existing shed and added on a new addition and a new building. The reason why they did that is because they needed to bring in more height. And as I mentioned before, they needed height for that Airstream bus, which is an absolute hero of this space. It really kind of sets the tone for what you're about to see before you enter the rest of the shed. The owner is obviously a collector. He races cars, he has motorbikes, he's obviously got a lot of memorabilia, and he really wanted a space where he could actually have them out on display so that he and his family and even his friends could enjoy them. What I also really love about this space is the fact that everything is being collected and displayed in zones, and it really kind of takes you on a bit of a story. For me personally, as a lover of stories, I literally have been in total awe of this house because everywhere I turn there is something completely new to look at. Everything comes with it: history, story, and anecdote, you know, the way the owner found it or how he happened to come across it, and it's just oozing with just knowledge and history and words, and just I have literally been in this space for probably a few hours now, and there are still things I'm finding. There are still things that I'm noticing out of the corner of my eye that I hadn't seen, you know, when I first arrived. And that's what I love about this place. It gives you such a sense of discovery. Every sort of corner reveals something new and something different. The overall structure and the architecture of this building is very industrial. I mean, it is a shed. However, it kind of plays on that utilitarian aspect of what a shed should be, and it brings in softer, more elegant and considered pieces. The fact that we've got these amazing windows, this kind of corner framed window area that completely opens up to the outside, and it allows you to use this area as a totally different space. You know, all of a sudden it just becomes an outdoor entertaining area with that amazing fire pit looking out over onto that beautiful farmland. Plus, oh my gosh, the outdoor bath, not to mention the outdoor bath. But the functionality of the building really does stay true to the idea and concept of a shed. The way that the decor has been considered in the shed, I mean, it's very industrial, and everything really has kind of been repurposed and reimagined, which again is a reflection of all of the amazing collectible pieces that are in this space. The way they have zoned areas is really impressive. The way that they've created these really smart feature timber panels, the same way that you would use a rug in your home, they've actually created these timber platforms which create cozy zones and areas. They've used the fireplace really well. That's kind of this central divider which splits the living area with the dining room, and it also creates a beautiful hub, and you really do gravitate towards it, which is spectacular because you have that amazing corner window section. So this becomes a very sophisticated, a very elegant part of the shed. When you open up those dark timber sliding doors that lead you into the living quarters, that is something quite special. And I love the fact that the decor is kind of a modern representation of their personality and that memorabilia. It definitely has a lot of those aged pieces. It has a lot of antiques. It has a lot of spectacular Danish furniture pieces, but it also brings in, you know, the modern bathroom and modern paneling. And they've done so in a way that is really sympathetic to the overall aesthetic of this home, and especially with that wallpaper, you know, the decorative nature of that wallpaper and those beautiful rich tones. It just enhances this kind of ambient feel. They've really actually managed to tell a story through the way that they've pieced their decor together. And that is, I think, ultimately what has resonated with me so much about this property is the fact that everything has a story. Every single piece of material, every shelf, every detail, every drawer, every cupboard, everything has been considered, and absolutely nothing has been forgotten. The taxidermy in that billiards room is like next level. Whether or not I would personally have that in my home, probably not. But I've got to say, there really is something quite spectacular about that taxidermy and the feeling and the ambience it kind of creates. I've got to admit though, what I love most about coming into these spaces is being able to meet the people that actually live here, and being able to meet the owners was just so incredible. And I've got to say, Joe, the owner, is just such a personality. I love that he just has so much passion and so much enthusiasm for all of these amazing pieces. He is a true collector, but not just that, he gets a lot of his kind of passion and enthusiasm from other people experiencing these pieces. And I think that's what I love most, you know. It's not hidden away, it's not wrapped in plastic, it's not hidden behind, you know, a glass box. Everything is out and everything is to be experienced, and I just absolutely love that idea, because after all, these are objects. These are real objects that used to be used, and just because they are old and just because they have history, that doesn't mean that they can't still be experienced. And I just love that. And I think the way that he treats his objects is very evident and true to the way he's treated this entire shed. You know, the way it's been put together, the way he's carefully thought about all of the elements, not just what's inside, but the architecture, the landscaping, the decor, everything has been considered. And I love the fact that he takes so much pride for the things that he surrounds himself in life. So this is the Über Shed 2, and I gotta say, I don't even think the term Über Shed does this place any justice, because this shed is unlike any other. I think I'm gonna need at least a few more hours in this space to take it all in. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I would love to know what you thought of this epic space. Leave me a comment below and like this video, plus subscribe to our channel because we've got plenty more videos coming your way. Oh my god, how is that?
It is amazing.
Do you ever do that at night? Just
No.
Weird people out.
Shoot it out across up to the hill on that glass house.
Wow.
It's
Oh my
crazy,
God.
isn't it?
Oh, I can't look directly at it.
You'll be seeing dots.